Hello everyone, Gumball here, and welcome back to Feed the Beast Horizon's Daybreaker for episode 9, I believe. Well, last episode we started looking at a bit more stuff in Immersive Engineering. So we made the fermenter, and since then I made the industrial squeezer. And now we're going to use the produce of these, so we have ethanol and plant oil, and we'll have to make more ethanol, definitely. We're going to use these to make power. Now we already have a decent source of power, but I just want to explore all the different things and different mods. After all, that's what modded Minecraft is all about, in my opinion anyway. Now up here we have a very loud setup here. So I had the wind turbines over on some mountains over there, and this because I have Optifine on, that night vision's a bit blurry, so I'll have to find a way to turn that off. But I moved my wind turbines over here because I was using the wireless transmitters and receivers from extra utilities, but because I think because of the way that Minecraft Joules goes over to RF, these actually make more, like a massive amount of RF for the RF mods, but not so much for this mod. So the energy nodes were built to be balanced for RF based mods, and so they were only sending over a small amount of power for Mekanism. At least that's what I think. Also, I upgraded all of my cables to universal cables, ultimate universal cables, though I've pretty much ran out of cabling now, so I'll have to definitely make some more of that. But I need some stuff. Oh, my aim, no. Wait, what? There was no explosion sound. Okay. And we can turn this back up. But yeah, so today we're gonna work on this. Work on the diesel generator. So we can use the ethanol and the plant oil to make biodiesel. And biodiesel, trying to find the recipe. Ooh, biodiesel. Trying to find the recipe, it was a bit difficult, but it's made in the Refinery, which I actually completely forgot until I started recording the episode, and so we're gonna have to make that. Yeah. That's my fault. Okay, let's try and see. We need the... won't be in there. Tools and machinery. How do we make the refinery? It's Refinery. It's not this one, definitely. Let's see. We have post extensions. I would assume it would be where it talks about biodiesel. Oh yeah, it might be right at the end. Here we go. Ah, so yeah, this is what I was making. Okay, never mind. So let's go back to the diagram. Let's lock it. Oh, there we go. We want to build the refinery. In order to refine plant oil and ethanol into biodiesel, you'll have to put them both into a refinery and supply it with power. The structure is created as shown above and formed by clicking the center of the front with an engineer's hammer. So we're going to want a cross of light engineering blocks with some... okay, let's see. I started it here last time. I was doing some testing with it. I want a cross of this. Yep, with the gap at the back. We're going to want some steel... some heavy engineering blocks and steel scaffolding. Steel scaffolding is just a load of steel ingots and some steel fences, and heavy engineering blocks are just electrum, pistons, steel and copper. And we're going to build this frame. Put the helmet back on down here, actually. Ooh, doesn't really flicker as much. I'm going to put down the heavy engineering blocks. It keeps seeming to think I'm in the way. I think the field of view that gets changed by the momentum is making it kind of hard for me to... oh wow, that changed things. Kind of hard for me to play. Okay, let's check the next layer. Also, I have a new monitor at the moment, a 1920 by 1080p resolution monitor. So the video will probably look a bit different. But also I've noticed that I have a kind of pasty look over my screen, and I tried messing around with the settings but couldn't figure it out. So if anyone knows what that might be, please let me know in the comments. tried with the contrast and brightness, but I couldn't get it right. Oh, let's go get that block. And that block goes there. There we go. Ooh, just died and dropped me a rusty gear. Thank you. Then we've got to grab our engineer's hammer, whack the front with a right click actually, and we have our refinery. So we have some more ender tanks, and we're going to want to input our fuels. So we can put down our ethanol and our plant oil. These are the two inputs, and I don't know if it will accept from that side. Oh yeah, it seems to be accepting the plant oil, and will it accept? Yeah, it accepts the ethanol as well. That should fill up. There we go. Now all we need is power, so I decided to try... Oh! Gosh! That was close. That was very close. I decided to try using the wire system from Immersive Engineering. So, we're going to start with a high voltage wire connector. This will take more power than the lower voltage ones. But you can only have one, I believe, one cable from one high voltage wire connector to another, or an intermediary block. For example, this could go to like a storage, and then that could go back out high voltage. But it can't necessarily, like, you can't have a connector to another connector, or to anything else even. So we're going to use a high voltage transformer to turn it from high voltage to medium voltage with some electron wire. So we're going to attach the electron wire. So we're going to attach the high voltage wire. And then at the bottom, on the back of the machine, in the power input, we're going to add some more medium voltage wire. And that should power the machine. I'm going to get rid of you for a second. Yeah, there we go, it's got power, and it's making biodiesel, which outputs at the front. So we're going to want another tank. We're going to want you. We're going to want one of you. 7 iron. We're going to want a couple obsidian. We're going to go for one red dye on this one. We'll go for a white pattern, I think. And that. Oh, and a piece of wool. There we go. So we'll make... Oh, my shift key stuck. Make the ender tank. Oh, we'll want a cauldron. An ender pearl. 4 blaze rods. And 2 obsidian. Place the ender tank down at the front. Change it to rose red dye in the middle. And there we go, it fills up nicely with biodiesel. So I'll have to pretty it up around the back with some nicer blocks, and I'll have to fill this in. But that is the diesel generator. Now, it also works with redstone, so you can power it off using a lever. So doing that will stop it from creating any more, and switching it back on will make it create more. So we're running lower on ethanol, so I'll just stop that for now. And we'll have to make more of that. But that is the refinery, and I think on this side we'll have the diesel generator. So I'll pretty this up, get everything looking nice. I'll also make some more ethanol, and then we can work on the power gen, the diesel generator. So guys, I'm back, and I decorated this kind of area here with some blocks around, so it's not just like stone and cobblestone and stuff. And now we're going to build the diesel generator. So I needed 9 radiator blocks at the back. Going to need 9. Ooh, did I calculate this wrong? I did. I'm heavy engineering block short. Gosh. Maybe. Yeah, I am, aren't I? Yep. Wow, my maths. Okay, I'll go to make some more heavy engineering blocks, but yeah, these are very expensive on steel. I'll just show you the recipe again for heavy engineering blocks. It takes 4, 8, 12 steel just for 2 of the blocks. I'm going to need 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 more, so that's like 120 steel just for this top layer, which is 120 iron and 480 coal, so it takes quite a while to gather everything you need. But I'll be back once I've got it. So guys, I'm back, and I got the remaining heavy engineering blocks, and boom! Wait, what was that? Oh, just a thunderstorm. That was interesting timing. And there we have it. There is our diesel generator. Now, I can't seem to... Does it have an inventory, or does it just... like a UI, or is it... That seems to be the redstone. Let's just dig around here for a second. Let's fill these in. Ooh. Let's see what's going on here. Let's see. There we go. We seem to have the input here. So let's grab our ender tank, and we'll give it the rose red dye, and give it the diesel. So it should be getting diesel. And well, let's quickly check. Oh gosh, let me just turn. There we go, all the volume off, because that's really loud. Okay, fuel is to be input at the bottom corners of the generator, whereas energy will be output at the top. The terminal on the right side will turn off the generator if given a redstone signal. You can give it biodiesel and fuel. And that's just redstone signal. So, does it need... Let me quickly grab a torch. Does it need to have the fuel on both sides? I don't see why it would. I've got a feeling that should be generating power. So let's grab... Let's see, do we have a... Should have one universal cable at least. Uni... We do not. Let's make an energy cell while we're here. I think that's what it's called. No, it's called a cube. There we go. Let's see. Basic energy cube. 4 redstone, 2 iron. Oh. 4 redstone, 2 iron. We're going to need 3 gold, 4 redstone. Do we have any more enriched? I think I ran out of those. Nope, we've got a load of enriched. Alloy. Need some. Just take all the gold. Should be able to make those. 1. We short on something. Enriched redstone. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Because we'll need 4 for the actual cube. Grab another one of you. And the steel casing is steel around a piece of osmium. 1, 2, 3, 4, since it's not really using this steel, and a piece of osmium. Boom. And... oh, let's see. Oh yeah, these don't stack. Oh, I didn't touch that. That's weird. Let's fill that, and we have our energy cube, which is filling up with power, but let's put that there. And it is actually working. Oh my gosh, it is using the biodiesel. Oh, yes. Okay. This is good. This is very good. Okay. So we now have one diesel generator. I kind of want to put another one on this side, but we'll have to make that. And it's quite expensive, so we can't do that. Well, we can do that right at the moment, but it will take a while. But I think I'll pretty this up, and we'll see about connecting it to our power system. So guys, I'm back, and now we're going to use some of the cool machines that are actually in this mod to make something super useful. Well, it would be super useful if we didn't have a digital miner, but it's cool, so we're going to have a look at it. So, in the mod, there are a few tools, including the mining drill, which is a pretty cool giant drill, and it will take 2 wooden grips, so we'll quickly make them with some treated sticks and some copper. A heavy engineering block, It goes this way, and oh no, it wasn't. And a steel mechanical component that gives you a drill. And you're going to want some either steel blocks or iron blocks, and then the corresponding ingot to make the drill head. And now the steel one is better than the steam one, but we're going to put the steel drill head on. It has a durability, but this thing is pretty darn cool. Now we're going to want to make a few additions. So we can make an internal oxidizer tank, which will allow you to drill underwater. So we're going to want some of these iron mechanical components. We're going to want a couple of buckets, which are there, and we're going to want some lapis. There. Let's see. The mod, Immersive Engineering. We're going to want the internal oxidizer tank there. So you can put that on the drill. We're also going to want the lubrication system. This will prevent it from... this will allow it to run and dig faster. So we're going to want some plant oil, iron, and mechanical components. So iron, grab some more buckets. Now that thing consumed our buckets, that's annoying. I can grab a couple of buckets of plant oil. Put them in here. This might use these 2 buckets as well, actually. And an iron component gets us... oh no, that gave us better buckets. Gets us the lubrication system and the large fuel tank, allowing it to store more fuel. So we need some rose red dye. There we go. So we want steel, iron mechanical component, 2 buckets, and some rose red dye. Gets us the large fuel tank. Oh, and look, it even has a cool 3D model of it here on the engineer's workbench. And we can take out the drill, and there we go. Now, the drill runs on biodiesel, so we can stick it in there and fill it with fuel. And then let's go and find somewhere to use it. Let's try this hole down where our old base is. Also, it has this cool moving drill head. But this is where we were previously living. And boom, there we go. Pretty darn cool mining drill. And it will mine anything that's up to obsidian level. It's pretty fast, and I think it would actually compete with the atomic disassembler. At least the atomic disassembler on normal mode, definitely. But there we go. So if you want to get a good early game mining tool and you're starting with Immersive Engineering, that is a really handy tool to start out with, and it's pretty cool just to have late game as well. Just say you've got it. Let's put some of this stuff away that we don't need. And you go in there, and we'll also have to smelt those ores, but that is pretty darn cool. So if you want, if you ever want a really cool mining tool early game, this is the best thing to use, and it also comes with this awesome animation. There's also a few other things in the mod, but we'll have to check them out at another time, because I think we have now come to the end of the episode. So in today's episode, what have we done? We've made this awesome mining drill. We also set up the refinery to make biodiesel from our ethanol and plant oil, and we set up the diesel generator to make power. Oh, and I connected the energy cube. I have some hollow factory block covers with some cables going around to connect to the power for our fermenter and squeezer. So I hope you enjoyed this episode of of Feed the Beast Horizons Daybreaker. Next episode, I think there might be a few more things in Immersive Engineering, but I kind of want to take a look at the what's it called? The Central Craft 3 mod here. It's a pretty big mod, and I think it has quite a lot of stuff in it. Craft 3. Yep, 4 pages of NEI stuff. A lot of decorative blocks and useful items. Yep, and we'll do that in the next episode, and I'll see you then. Bye-bye.